Hello, my loves. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome into this reading for the full moon in Pisces. So for those of you who are new, hello and welcome in. It's good to have you here. There is a tutorial video for how to get the most out of my readings. If you want to go check that out, you'll get caught up with all of the fun things that we're going to be doing here and all of the best ways to utilize these readings. It's not necessary, but it's a tool for you to get the most out of these readings. If you want to check that out, you certainly are invited to do that. For those who are not new, hello, welcome back. Thank you for being here. I truly love and appreciate all of you. It's a pleasure and an honor to support you in this way, and I appreciate you, and I'm grateful to be able to help. So let's talk about this full moon in Pisces. So first, what is a full moon? Well, this is when the moon is reflecting the sun to its maximum potential. And this is always the energy of celebration. It's a culmination point. It's an illumination of this sign, this energy, this cycle that we're in. So right now, the celebration energy is all around the zodiac energy of Pisces. So Pisces is the sign of the fish. It's the last sign of the zodiac. It is a water sign, and you can think of it like the ocean through which the entire story goes back into, like everything goes back into the ocean to become one again. And you can also think of it as the womb from which a new life kind of gestates and emerges from. In the zodiac story, the Pisces energy is the end of something and also at the same time the beginning of something. That's why you see the two fish. It's like the fish that's the end and the fish that's also the beginning. So this is what we're celebrating with the fullness of this moon. Now, the fun thing about this full moon energy is the full moon is always in the zodiac sign that's directly opposite where the new moon was and where the sun is. So the new moon was just in Virgo, and the sun right now is still in Virgo. So if you haven't watched my Virgo readings, there's an invitation to go do that. There's the solar season readings and also the readings for the new moon. So Pisces is like the complement and the opposite of this Virgo energy. So we're going from this energy of innocence into this energy of completion. And the other fun thing about full moons is that it is a cycle. So the full moon will happen on September 10th at 5:59 in the morning Eastern Time. And the cycle will last until the next full moon, which will be in Aries on October 9th. So the cycle goes from September 10th to 9th. So this advice that I'm going to be offering you is valid from that time frame. But the other fun thing is that full moons always reference back to the new moon. So when the moon was new in Pisces at the beginning of this year, there was something started there that we are now kind of celebrating the fullness, the completion of. And you can look back in your life to see what was going on in, I think it was March, when the new moon in Pisces happened. And you can kind of see what it is that's going to be completing for you. But we are going to be diving deep into how this moon shows up for you in your life. I'm so passionate about letting you know more about your own astrology and using the astrology with the tarot cards to help you get a better understanding of the cycles going on in your life and the energies at play within your being. So before we get into that, just a couple of things. If you want to support me, there's many ways to do that. I have a chakra meditation service that you guys can join for $14.40 a month. We go through one chakra every week and we focus on that same meditation every week. The meditations are about 15 minutes long, does vary. And you can sign up at devotedandvulnerable.com/services if you want to get into this service. That's one way you can support yourself while supporting me. You can also contribute financially to me at paypal.me/devotedvulnerable. The link is in the description here. And you can also just comment on this, share this, like this, engage with it as a way of supporting me. I like to get feedback. I like to hear what's confusing to you guys, what's working for you guys, what's resonating. I love hearing what's resonating for you guys. So just feel free to comment on the videos as another way of supporting me. So this is the intro. It's the same in every video. So I'll tell you which readings will be yours, and then you can navigate to the right video. So this full moon in Pisces wanted us to focus on two areas of our lives. The first area of our life that the full moon wants us to focus on is where the moon was when you were born. So this symbol is the moon symbol, and you're going to look up your chart for where this symbol occurs in the zodiac story. If you do not know how to find your moon sign, please go ahead and watch my How to Find Your Birth Information on astro.com tutorial video. It's a lengthy video, but it'll help you understand how to input your information, how to run a chart, and then how to read that chart. You'll only ever need to watch it once, hopefully, to get the knowledge that you need to watch these readings. And as always, if you have questions after you watch that video, please just reach out to me. I'm happy to help and explain further. So you're going to look for where the moon was when you were born, and you're going to watch the reading that aligns for the moon in the sign that the moon was in when you were born. The other reading, so you'll have two readings. The other reading that the Pisces moon wanted us to focus on is where this full moon is happening for you. So this full moon in Pisces is happening in 17 degrees, 41 minutes of Pisces. So you'll have to find where that 17 degrees mark of Pisces shows up in your chart. I do describe how to find out the degree points in the zodiac wheel in that video. So feel free to watch that video. And again, if you have questions, please feel free just to reach out. I will go in detail about what these alignments mean in the individual readings. Lastly, before we dive deep in here, I do want you to know, heads up, the Mercury retrograde season is upon us, and it coincides very close with this full moon. Mercury goes retrograde the day before the full moon happens, and it'll stay retrograde until a week before the next full moon. So this is an important cycle as well. I've done a completely separate video for you to give you a little bit of guidance for how to navigate this phase. This is not going to be a reading. It's just going to be a little bit of understanding and guidance for you. So I do also recommend checking out that information to support yourself. And with all of that said, we are ready to dive into your individual readings. So this reading is for you if the moon was in Scorpio when you were born, or if 17 degrees, 41 minutes of Pisces shows up in your 8th house. Welcome into this part of the reading. We're going to be getting clarity with the Modern Mystic Tarot. This card will be for both of you, and then we're going to dive into how it relates to the moon or the house. Here's your card. Let's see what it is. Ooh, I love it. Alrighty. So you guys got the 10 of Air. This card is about the end of difficulty, a turning point, seeing through illusions, and rising above attack. Yes, this card is like the epitome of completion energy. This is a beautiful, amazing place to be. You have gone through so much. There's been so much difficulty that you've been dealing with, and the full moon in Pisces wants you to know that those difficulties are coming to an end. Yay. Really, yay. I know this vibration. I know what it's like to go through difficulties, and I know what it's like to just be able to smell the flowers after it. And so I celebrate that for you, and I'm really excited about that for you. You're definitely seeing through illusions and rising above attack with this as well. So if you've been feeling attacked, that attack phase, learning, it's coming to an end. And it is a celebration point, right? You get to celebrate the end. Whether it's smelling a flower, whether it's throwing yourself a party, whether it's doing a little dance, whatever it is that feels good in your soul to do to celebrate the end of this difficulty, please do that. Write a love letter to yourself. Talk to yourself in the mirror. Take yourself on a little trip. Whatever it is that feels good to you, please go ahead and celebrate the end to your difficulties. You have gone through so much, and you are so, so deserving of celebrating everything that you've gone through and that it's ending. It's done. It's in the past. It's time to move forward, but not until you celebrate. Let's see how this relates to the moon alignment here. And if you're here for the house reading, just scroll ahead for that part. Moon in Scorpios. Hello, welcome in. So if the moon was in Scorpio when you were born, which hopefully it was, if you're here in this part of the reading, moon represents your emotions. Scorpio represents how your emotions express. So you express your emotions through the Scorpion archetype, which is dynamic, observant, unyielding, passionate, and resourceful. Okay, so the Scorpion archetype is part of how your emotions express. One thing that I'm really going to be focusing on during the solar season of Scorpio, which is coming up sometime, somewhat soon, end of October, beginning of November, is that the Scorpio story is not just the Scorpio. The Scorpio energy also has the ability to transform into the Phoenix. And so the transformation energy of this vibration is also very important and to be celebrated. So your emotions also have a transformative quality to them. Okay? But let's relate this to the 10 of air. Yeah, you know what, my beautiful Scorpio moons? Scorpio energies are always intense. You guys are very deep. You're very passionate. You feel things so much that I'm just like empathizing with what it is that you've been going through and just sending you so much love. Your heart has been through so much, my beautiful Scorpio, and it can be hard for you to believe that the hard times are over because it's just been how things were for you and how you've learned to live and survive, and you're resourceful, right? You've just used your resources. You just learned how to adapt to the things that were going on and you got used to it. So it can be hard for you to shift from that Scorpio energy of diving deep into the sand to being that Phoenix, flying above the earth, rising from that ash, okay? But this is the energy that we're talking about here. Your emotions are becoming a Phoenix right now. End of difficulty is here. You're about to burst into flames. You're about to raise up into the air and fly. Your heart is about to fly and soar. Your difficulties, my beautiful, beautiful, deep, passionate moon in Scorpios, your emotions are about to soar. And your life is going to transform in a way that is so beautiful and so amazing and so deserving. And I'm really excited and happy for you to experience this. Yeah. And you're rising above attack too, right? Flying above attack, really and truly. Figuratively, I guess. But still true. I don't know if I have anything more to add here, my beautiful moon in Scorpios. Definitely seeing through the illusions is something you are really good at. Scorpio energy is like, Scorpios probably are the hardest to fool out of any sign of the zodiac because y'all just see the truth, you know the truth, and it's really hard to fool you. However, if you have been fooled, that story's coming to an end. Okay, so whatever it was that fooled you, that's coming to a completion. You're done. You've learned from that. It's never going to surprise you again. You're good. You're moving on. Okay, so celebrate. Okay, this is the last time I'll be fooled by that. And just celebrate it however you want to celebrate it. Let yourself celebrate in a way that feels good to your soul. And you may or may not want to involve other people in this. You know, you may have a little bit more of a... Scorpios like to bottle things up and not share things. So it may feel more resonant for you to celebrate just by yourself. Maybe just doing a dance. Maybe just making a piece of art to celebrate it. Whatever it is, do something that feels good to your soul, that lights you up to celebrate this end of difficulty and completion. Maybe it's drawing a picture of a phoenix or painting it. Just doing something fun like that, okay? I think that's all I have for you. Definitely check out the house interpretation. Keep in mind that it may or may not be related to this. So you're going to know. I tapped into the energy, and the full moon in Pisces said it's going to be related for some people and it's not related for other people. So it's up to you to determine whether it's related. Look for a resonance. If there's none there, don't force it. And as always, and until then, namaste. The universal light within me salutes and honors the universal light within you. Namaste. All right. So 17 degrees, 21 minutes of Pisces occurs in your 8th house. Let's talk about what that means. The 8th house represents, well, the house represents where this astrological event is occurring in your life. The houses are always the where of the zodiac. So where this full moon is pinging and spotlighting and putting emphasis on for you is in the 8th house, which is the house of death and sexuality. This is all about transformation. It's all about occult, you know, the magical, the mystical, that Halloween vibe, right? It's all about other people's money, inheritance, which is part of that, and rebirth, a renewal. So, yeah, it feels like this was deep for you. Wow, this is an area of your life that you've had huge difficulties and you are experiencing a huge transformation, huge rebirth. It is like incredible, this rebirth for you. I'm going to really focus on rebirth. You may also be experiencing some sort of end of difficulty financially because a big buttload of money just came in for you. So that's also possible. But for most of you, it feels like this transformation. Like it really is like the end of a journey, the end of a story, and it is just time to celebrate this completion. However you want to do it. Throw yourself a party. Do a little dance. Have a, like, write yourself a love letter. Yeah, write a letter to, you know, write an obituary for the part of you that's dying, and then write, like, the beginning of a story for the part of you that's being reborn, right? Does that make sense? Like, you write, like, you know, this person lived a good life, this person went through a lot of things, blah, 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 they've been laid to rest, whatever you want to write there, be creative. And then, like, write, like, once upon a time, a girl was reborn from the ashes of her pain. She started this new life with joy. I don't know, whatever you want to write, okay? But something. If that felt like, oh yeah, that feels really excited. If it felt like a page that feels really stupid, then that's not for you. Okay? But definitely find something to do to celebrate this end of difficulty, because this is a huge transformation point for you. Whenever something pings in this house, it's big. And you're being guided to just celebrate what has ended, celebrate this rebirth, and give yourself mad props for everything that you've gone through, for everything that you've survived. You did so, so good. I'm so, so proud of you. Thank you so much for still being here. Thank you for loving you enough to get you to this point, and I am celebrating this beautiful transformation with you. Feel free to comment with how you're celebrating. Feel free to let me know what's resonating. Feel free to ask questions. And as always, namaste. The universal light within me salutes and honors the universal light within you. Namaste.